Yeah, as the season started to wind down and we saw where we stood in the RPI, we felt like we had a good chance at a top 16, which is a bye, and that's valuable, really valuable. It means you're home. Obviously, you get to sit out the first round. And then, gosh, as we made a little bit of a run here in the ACC tournament, the top 8 became a little bit more realistic, and we got that today, and that's just gravy.
How much does it kind of make things better after a tough day yesterday?
Yeah, listen, whether it's the ACC tournament or the NCAA tournament, only one team ends up happy. As well as we played, I think we played 3 teams that could be in the College Cup. Wake Forest, Notre Dame, Maryland, all 3 of them could be in the College Cup. Played our hearts out, played really, really well, and just came up a little bit short. And it stings, and we're all competitive, we're all disappointed, but we need to turn the page and get ready for trying to win the next trophy.
When you beat teams like Wake Forest and Notre Dame that it could be in the College Cup, how much confidence does it give you, going into the NCAA tournament?
It gives you a lot. In particular, the way we did it. We won at Wake Forest. The Notre Dame game was a neutral, and when we played Maryland yesterday, in essence, it was an away game. We were playing in front of 5,000 Maryland fans, so I felt like that's playing at College Park. So the games and environments that we've been playing in, I think, will be really helpful for the postseason.
How much do you know about the 2 teams that you might face in that second round?
Well, we played St. John's this year, earlier in the year, but it was very early. I have a lot of respect for both those programs. I know both those coaches. We'll have an opportunity to see them play. The NCAA rules allows that, so that's the nice thing about getting a bye. While they play, we get to watch a little bit and rest a little bit more and prepare.
How different of a team are you from the first time you played St. John's?
That time of year, around the time we played St. John's, we were like 1-3. We're a completely different team, in a lot of ways. And I would imagine that St. John's is a little bit different too. That was a tough game, but I would expect that they're probably better knowing their coach.
For those of us who didn't see the replays of how yesterday ended, have you had a chance to analyze that any further, or maybe explain to us kind of what happened on the key sequence?
Yeah, I won't talk about the refereeing. I think there was a couple things there, but Mullins, who's to me probably the best forward in the country for Maryland. He's big, he's strong, he's athletic, he's technical. He got isolated on one of our center backs, on Matt Brown, and it's one thing we wanted to avoid. So he got isolated, turned him, and no help came. And when help didn't come, he started running along the end line and put a ball across the face of the goal. And all sorts of bodies are in there flying through. Bad things happen, and Kevin McBride was trying to do the right thing, trying to be in the way, block the passing lane, and the ball came across very fast. He was facing the wrong way, and it happens.
Is there anything you say to Kevin after the game? Is it just one of those things?
He's a senior and he's a big boy.
Yeah.
I really didn't say anything other than giving him a pat on the back, and then later on the bus drive home, I walked to the back of the bus and I asked him if he was okay, and he said yeah. So we'll just get on with business.
You've been to a couple NCAA tournaments. This is probably the most competitive bracket you've
seen. The total field, I think in college soccer, if you make this field a 48, you're doing something right as a college soccer coach. It is tough. From top to bottom, when I go through this, the field of 48, there's quality teams and there's no easy games. Just 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, there was always a handful of brackets or games that you felt like were, there's nothing easy. All those teams are good. All those teams are capable on a given day, and I think everybody's got to be ready.
And it's a rare opportunity also on Sunday, a doubleheader between the men and women play. How great is it for the soccer program at UVA for this?
Yeah, I think whenever we have those double headers during the regular season, the crowds are good. So it just happens to work out that way with the NCAA tournament, that we're going to have a double header. Hopefully the weather cooperates, and we get good crowds for both games.